siya ang mukha ng boxing. And the way he has owned this town for this week, for this big fight, he has certainly not disappointed his millions of fans.
Well, so far so good para kay Manny, no? In the fourth round, nakita natin yung head movement ni Manny, the way he's baiting, the way he's faking and throwing Sugar Shane off balance.
That's what we need now. More movement from Manny. Oh, that left came in. Mosley's reach and reach advantage is not too pronounced now.
He's having a hard time making it pronounced as he is so worried sa bilis ni Manny.
It looks like a headbutt.
Oh, sabi ni Shane, may headbutt daw. Fighters touch gloves.
No damage.
Boxers in the middle of the ring. Manny really pressing the action dito sa fifth round.
Where the expectation is around this time, Sugar Shane will have lost a little bit of his stamina and he'll be an easier target to hit.
Mosley's really cautious and
Ingat na Boboy.
That's why the fight lacks the spice.
Very defensive ang stance dito ni Sugar Shane.
Alam ni Mosley, he gives Manny a slight opening. 1, 2, 3 punches will come in. Yan po kanya iniingatan dito.
So yung isa napapansin natin dito, no, Miko, Popoy, yung kakulangan sa hand speed ni Sugar Shane. I think that might be the first signal of his age, 39 years old, and the wear and tear of a fight career that started in 1993.
Wasn't as fast as it used to be, of course.
Not as fast as before.
He wants people to remember his body of work. What most people remember is yung kanyang record in his last 5 fights. 2, 2, and 1. Wala pa pong nagagawang kabilib-bilib si Sugar Shane Mosley sa labang ito. End of round 5. As we enter round 6, Kinito, how is Manny dominating this fight?
Well, it's a dominating performance by Manny. And Sugar Shane has turned into a defensive fighter. Halos wala tayong nakikitang offense sa kanya. The best punch he's landed was a right hand back in the first round. Since then, halos wala na siyang pinakita.
Well, you heard the corner of Manny saying, attack, attack.
So they're saying that Mosley moves only one direction, so dapat hulihin na natin. You can catch him with the right, you can catch him with the left.
Manny has to be patient. Baka mainip eh.
Work out, fellas. Come on, work out. Work out.
Maaari bang sobra-sobrang pag-iingat dito ni Mosley?
Yan ang aking sense na sobrang pag-iingat na talagang inaantay lang at magka-counter punch. He will not wage an attack of his own.
Si Manny pa rin ang mas aggressive na fighter dito.
Well, I think there's fear in the eyes of Sugar Shane.
I agree.
He feels that if he throws any offense, it will give an opening for Manny Pacquiao to counter. If his fight plan was to counter, he's not doing it, although Manny is pressing the action.
Sabi ni Naz Richardson, yung trainer ni Mosley, it's like fighting two Pacquiaos, a fast Pacquiao and a faster Pacquiao, and they need to defeat both.
It's a tall order. Yung isa napapansin na natin about Manny is that yung disiplina niya after he throws a punch, palagi niyang recoiling yung kanyang dalawang kamay to protect his face. Bumabalik agad. No? And that requires a lot of discipline. Hindi siya nagpapabaya. Tatama siya ng magandang suntok, tapos nagre-recoil siya to make sure that he's aptly protected from a counter coming from Mosley.
wala pa masyadong fireworks
Yeah.
in the run-up to this fight. In fact, Mosley has been so friendly and so has been Manny. Even though in the weigh-in kahapon, no trash talking, walang mga masasamang tingin. And the crowd here wanting Mosley to mix it up.
You know, Mosley throwing that combination and very slow ang kanyang hand speed. Very
Yeah,
slow.
very slow.
You don't see it.
He has no time to counter-attack because he's busy defending himself. Because as you said, the hand speed is slow. Hand speed is slow.
And he connects. Well, Mosley here trying to generate some offense.
With that left jab. He's using that now to set up the right hand.
That's the end of the 6th round. Mula sa MGM Grand Garden Arena na we picked up very poignant points doon sa dalawang corners.
Well, si Nazim Richardson, yung trainer ni Sugar Shane Mosley, simply confirmed yung observation natin. Na bigla naging defense-minded. Si Mosley, he's turned into a defensive fighter without any offense after that knockdown. At sinabi naman ni Freddie Roach, put some steam. You've got to be able to let your hands go. Combinations down the middle.
Well, Richardson said, told Mosley to throw that right hook, which Mosley has a tendency of throwing real wide. And in other words, Manny can see that coming.
Well, sa ngayon, Manny has seen everything coming mula kay Mosley. Manny looking for combinations down the middle.
You know, the way Sugar Shane is fighting, he just doesn't want to get hurt. Umiiwas siya sa sa bakbakan.
Now, Mosley said he was going to turn back time. He was going to cement yung kanyang legacy, yung kanyang status as a Hall of Fame fighter, that he was going to shock the world.
Heads again.
Nakakailan na sila.
Well, that's a danger when you're a southpaw fighting against an orthodox fighter.
It's always a risk.
Well, you know, Mosley was saying that he wants to turn back the hands of time. Well, which time? I mean, he lost twice to a southpaw, Winky Wright. He also lost twice to Vernon Forrest. So if you go back in time, you might be going back to those times when he lost.
The wrong period of time.
Well, Mosley went on the offense and he kind of paid for it.
As many fighters do. Pagkalaban si Manny.
You know, I've noticed that a lot of the opponents of Manny Pacquiao, their tendency is to fight defensively. You go back to the Joshua Clottey fight, and now we're seeing it with Mosley. He just wants to survive 12 rounds. The way I see it, he's hardly throwing the right, and that's his potent hand.
In other words, mga kababayan, the lack of action that you see is such a tribute to the awesome power of Manny Pacquiao.
Yes, there's too much respect.
Sobra-sobra. Sobra-sobra.
Mosley has hardly thrown that right hand, and I really don't know why. Well, I guess the reason is he wants to protect the side of his face with the right hand because baka
that's
tamaan
with the
siya.
left.
Yes, baka tamaan siya ng left hook, and that's why he's not throwing that right. He's afraid if he throws it, tatamaan siya in return.
End of round 7. As we begin round 8, mga kababayan, the fans here inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena are getting restless. And they're wondering, Kinito and Popoy, is Shane Mosley willing to start anything in this fight?
Well, he's fighting very defensively, Popoy.
We have the same feelings. He's waiting for something. His right hand is cocked, but that's all there is. It's been cocked all throughout the seven rounds.
He's waiting for something to happen. It might not happen inside 12 rounds. But one thing for sure, no? He's fighting very shiftily.
There we see. There we see a skirmish.
Which I thought he would use a lot of.
And that's because Mosley threw the right hand. He threw the right hand that opened up Manny Pacquiao. He threw another right hand there. You know, maybe it's It's a psyching game for Sugar Shane Mosley. Maybe he wants Manny to feel overconfident.
Sa ngayon, any sign of activity from Pacquiao, Shane holds on. Yan ang nagiging tema sa labang ito.
You know, Sugar Shane Mosley once boasted that he fights like Roberto Duran. You know, the left hook to the body, combination with a right to the face. We haven't seen that. He hasn't dug into the body of Manny Pacquiao at all in this fight.
But you know, Roberto Duran is non-stop action.
Yes.
I think Roberto Duran, tumaas yung kilay ni Roberto Duran. Kung naiintindihan ka niya, kinito.
Well, maybe 10 years ago, he had an argument for that. But Sugar Shane Mosley right now looks like a very faded fighter.
Inaabangan ng lahat, lilitaw ang edad. Lilitaw ang pagbagal ni Shane Mosley. And then Manny will display his speed, yung kanyang firepower. Those lethal flurry of combinations. But mostly, para talagang iniiwasan niya mangyari lahat yun. It's as if ayaw niyang makita yun for himself.
Mouth a little bit open here for Sugar Shane. Remember 8th round. Remember he's 39 years old. Could be a tired warrior.
We were wondering sino yung Mosley na magpapakita. Yung Mosley na bumugbog kay Margarito. Yep, rare connection para kay Mosley. But the Mosley who lost to Floyd Mayweather, you know, was disappointing against Sergio Mora his last two fights.
Focus. I was going to say that focus your attention on the feet of both these fighters. Patras si Mosley, pasugod si Manny.
End of round 8.